Hola mis amores, this is MASSI with Masparko DIYs. Welcome to my channel. Today I am super excited to share with you guys 5 farmhouse rustic Valentine's DIYs using Dollar Tree items. I hope you guys like it and enjoy the video, and let's go ahead and start with our first tutorial. For the first DIY, I'll be using this sign from Dollar Tree, and the first thing I did is to remove everything including the paper. Now I'm giving it 2 coats of white paint. With the poster stickers from Dollar Tree, I will be spelling the word love. I'm placing the letters, but I'm not sticking them yet until I see if that's the word that I want for the sign and how it looks. To glue the letters, first I add Mod Podge, and then while the Mod Podge is still wet, I will add the letters. And I add Mod Podge on top and I let it dry for a few minutes. After that's done, we are distressing the letter by dry brushing white paint on top to get that rustic look. Now to distress the rest of the sign, I will add just a little bit of paint to my brush, and I will brush all the corners and any other areas that I would like to distress a little bit more. With a piece of a sponge, I blended the paint for a more realistic look. Now it's time to glue everything back together, starting with the little wood pieces. Distressing the hearts with this beautiful pink color that I got from Walmart. With a paper towel, I removed any extra paint and blended the rest of the paint. I'm making a bow using this ribbon from Walmart. This ribbon is from the Christmas holiday time collection at Walmart, so I'm not sure if they still have it or if they have anything similar, but I've seen similar ribbons to this one at Hobby Lobby. You can also check Michael's or your local craft store. Tie a floral wire in the center of your bow to hold it in place. To complete the bow, I added a little piece of the same ribbon in the middle. Add a little glue to the back of the bow and glue it to the top of the burlap hanger piece. And for the final step, I added a little bit of glue under the tails of the bow to the burlap area to glue these little stems I already had. For the second DIY, we're going to use 2 wood trays from Dollar Tree. We're going to glue them together to create a bigger tray. Now I'm giving my piece 2 coats of the Waverly white paint. I'm distressing the tray with the same gray color I used on the first DIY. Since I don't want any harsh lines for this project, I'm blending everything with a little bit of white paint and then blending it more with the sponge. also using some of the pink color I used on the first DIY for a sweet touch. These floral foams came 4 in a pack and they are perfect for this DIY. I just glue all 4 inside the tray. These gorgeous peachy pink roses are from Dollar Tree and I used 1 of these stems and 3 of the white ones. I cut them with the wire cutter and inserted them inside the foam. What I did is I placed the peachy pink roses in a zigzag, kind of like a wave motion, and then the white ones I just placed them everywhere where I had the empty spaces. Fill any empty spaces and give this piece more volume. I'm adding little pieces of little stems that I already had. These burlap flowers are from Dollar Tree and I decided to add them in the center of the arrangement for that farmhouse rustic look I love. And to complete this piece, I made 2 simple small bows to glue to the sides. For the third DIY, I'm using this love sign from Dollar Tree. I removed the heart and sanded the glue on the bottom and gave this piece 2 coats of Waverly white paint. Distressing the sign with this paint from Walmart. I'm also going to use the same gray color we used on the previous DIYs to distress the sign. I keep distressing and blending with a little bit of white paint until I get that look that I'm going for. I want this piece to be rustic, but at the same time, I don't want any super harsh lines since I want it to look very romantic. I found these wood stems at Dollar Tree. As soon as I saw them, I knew I had to use them for this DIY. And what I'm doing is spelling the word love, and I'm using the heart that came with this sign as the O. Decided to use the darker stems instead of the lighter ones. I glued them to the sign and I used a little piece of wood to glue under the heart so it wouldn't be flat. I want the heart to pop up a little bit more and then I glue the heart on top. Took 2 tiaras from Dollar Tree and I removed the top parts to glue the foil bands to each side of the sign with the hot glue. With the pink Waverly paint, I distressed the hearts a little bit and I did the same thing with the foil bands. With this cute ribbon I found at Dollar Tree, I'm going to make a bow to add to my sign. Before I glue the bow, I'm going to glue this little piece of stem I already had, and then I'm going to glue the bow on top. The fourth DIY, I'm using this little birdhouse I found at Michael's. Dollar Tree has birdhouses too, I just haven't found any. So I decided to grab this one from Michael's and it was only 99 cents. And I found these 2 pots from Dollar Tree and I'm using just one of them and I'm painting it white. Little pieces of foam inside. I needed a stick to glue the little house in the center, so I removed the stick from this old foam brush I already had and I painted it white. For better support, I cut a piece of foam that fits the clay pot better and I added that one too on top. Inserted the stick inside the foam and added glue to the top to glue the little house. Added a lot of glue since it won't be visible and I want it to be really secured. I'm adding the moss around the stick without adding any glue. I'm just pushing it in a little bit inside the foam. Then added little pieces of stems. I put very little glue to the tip so when it touches the foam doesn't melt since it won't be that hot. With a black Sharpie, I drew lines around the heart. I decided to add this little cute flowers from Dollar Tree and I would just add it everywhere I see that I have an empty space. I made a small bow using some Dollar Tree twine and I glued it to the top of the house. Using my stamps, I'm going to stamp the letters XO to spell XOXO and then I'm going to repeat the same steps in the other side. For the fifth DIY, we are giving this truck a makeover. First, let's remove the paper. I was super surprised how easy this paper was to remove. Give it 2 coats of paint. Here I'm using the same Waverly white paint I've used in the previous DIYs. Lay a strip of tape in the center and lay another one next to it without overlapping them. This one is going to come off soon since this is our spacer and we are going to keep reusing it. Now place another strip and remove your spacer and put it on the other side so we can add another stripe. Remove the spacer again and keep repeating the same steps. Now repeat the same steps on the other side, starting with the spacer. I added a little piece of tape on the top there because I didn't want any paint to get in that space. Paint all the white areas gray. Once the paint is completely dry, you can remove the tape. Now we are placing the tape in the other direction and repeat the same steps exactly like you see me doing here. Give 2 coats of the same gray paint we used before. Now that the paint is completely dry, do not remove any of the tape that's on. We are reapplying the vertical stripes like we did on the first steps. You can see the dark stripes. Don't cover those. Add the tape on the lighter ones. Without removing any tape, give everything 2 coats of black paint. Once the black paint is completely dry, you can start peeling all the tape. Fix any mistakes with a brush and the same color. My camera decided to stop recording, so I had to record the clip of me painting this wheel again. That's why it looks different. I painted the top piece of the wheel pink and the wheel black and white, and I added little shadows using the white and gray color. Traced around the pink with the Sharpie. Painted the bottom piece black, and I painted the window black and gray, and I added shadows using the same pink color. If you like it the way it looks right now, it looks super cute, you can stop right here, but I decided to distress it a little bit more since I want my truck to look older, so I distress it with some white paint. With this stencil from Walmart, I'm using a little cow, and I placed it on the bottom of the door and I painted it with the same color. I then painted the stickers to match the truck and distressed them with white paint. I already had this little piece of wood, but you can use anything else to add here. Before I added the hearts, I glued some leaves I already had, then I glued the hearts on top. I stamped XO on the big heart and added little hearts on the pink part of the wheel. mis amores, thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already so you don't miss any of the videos I upload on this channel, and I will see you all soon. Bye!